With times, all things change, and everything you may have known about Jacksonville last year may not be true this year. So today, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go through 15 different things that may have been true last year. Some of these myths, some of the outdated information that most people hold on to, and we're not holding back at all. It's time for you to really know the real of what's going on in Jacksonville. For those who this is your first time, do me a favor, like, subscribe, hit the bell notification. Also, in the description, we're going to put our information. So if you're moving here in the Northeast Florida area, my team would love to serve you. But let's dive into this video. We're not holding back. Let's get to it. See, there was a time when downtown Jacksonville kind of looked like a scene out of a zombie movie. And I'm talking about empty streets, boarded up buildings, and it's nothing going on after 5 p.m. And that's not even an exaggeration. But there's major changes happening right now. I'm talking about the shipyard is being redeveloped, full swing. The Four Seasons Hotel and Residency under construction and looking gorgeous. The Riverfront Plaza, site of the old landing, is actually being transformed into civic space, parks, arts, events. The Shipyard District and Marina, luxury waterfront site. And that was the old narrative about the abandoned buildings. But the Independent Life building is a new renovation. It's going to be used for mixed residential space. And we're talking about adaptive use, bringing new life to those old forgotten landmarks. Now, we're talking rooftop lounges. We're talking ground floor retail. We're talking about restaurants. Now, the historic Laurel Street Trio, we're finally seeing some progress go on with that too. Downtown Jacksonville is no longer a place where business go to die. This is the place where everything's going to look fresh. All right, so people used to joke that there was nothing but chains in Jacksonville, Florida. Crazy part about it, 2025, that's changed. So we have a couple of new spots that are kind of setting the bar, right? First, we have Rustic 21, Bistro with that upscale casual vibe. Then we have Otro with those creative plates. Then we have the District, SPR, right? And then Kenaluda bringing in some of that fresh energy downtown. But wait a minute, you have Dorothy's downtown. It's already a hit, right? We're talking about Southern Creole, that flair that most people are looking for. If you're craving something international, we have No Mu is Zakaya. It's serving up that Japanese street food. And then we also have Vagabond Korean Steakhouse. Now that's going to give you that true Korean steak feel, Korean barbecue right here in Jacksonville. On the casual side, we have Electric Dough Pizza Company. It's tossing in some innovative pizzas. So if you want to try something different, you may want to check them out. Hollywood Heroes and Subs, perfect for lunch. And then Bunny's Donut Shop. It's already blowing up Instagram, guys. You guys need to check that out. You may want to add in Sofis, right? They're giving that Mediterranean and Bangkok Thai, and it's getting serious. The variety is crazy. So if you're still camped in the Olive Garden parking lot in 2025, you're the problem and you're missing out, because Jacksonville is stepping its food game up. Restaurants are popping up all the time here, and I'm kind of happy about that. If you know me, I'm a foodie. This is what I do. I eat, guys. I eat. I know I'm getting skinny on y'all, but I eat. But Jacksonville is definitely changing in a way that we have never seen it before. Miami, they had the food. I give it to them. Orlando, you can find whatever you want. Jacksonville, we're coming out. We're stepping out. And the food here is becoming amazing. Stay away from the north side. Now, this is a stereotype that's been going on forever, but in 2025, north side of Jacksonville is playing a brand new game. And I'm going to keep saying it because I can't stand when people trash a side of town that's literally the size of Chicago. Now, for years, folks would say, don't move over here, but let's be real. That's the old. This is the new. Today, it's different, right? Families are moving and builders are building and pouring money into these communities, and the prices on this side of town, still some of the best in Duval. You can snag a home in the low 300,000s. The same house would run you somewhere around 400 if we were to take you across the river. So no, the north side isn't the place people whisper about anymore. It's the side of town that people are actually waking up to. And as quiet as kept, it might just be one of the smartest investments that you'll make in Jacksonville right now. This one used to be true. So Jacksonville used to brag about no traffic like it was a badge of honor. But now, with over 1.7 million people in the metro area and thousands moving in every month, welcome to congestion. I-295, 95, Blanding Boulevard, JTB, San Jose Boulevard. Depending on the time of day, you're going to feel that traffic. And those 20-minute commutes are stretching into 45 minutes on a bad day. But let me be fair, the city is kind of adapting right now. Express lane expansions are in the works. The First Coast Expressway, which is extending St. Johns County and Clay County, it's in the works. And there's increased funding for road widening and resurfacing across key corridors all around Jacksonville. But don't get it twisted. Jacksonville is car dependent, guys. So if you thought you were just going to jump in the car and cruise around town in 15 minutes flat and get there, not anymore. I'm gonna help you out. Plan accordingly, right? I've told everybody it takes 34 minutes to get around Jackson. That's on a good day. So expect another 15 minutes if traffic is heavy, but you guys are going to want to get your popcorn, your snacks in the car, and a playlist, and probably an energy drink, because I know I get tired when I'm driving and I'm stopped in traffic. Now, people are saying that major people aren't investing in building in Jacksonville. And that might have been true 10 years ago, but not so much now. With all the construction, we're getting ambitious. Let's run this down real quick. The Stadium of the Future, multi-billion-dollar upgrade to Everbank Stadium, backed by Shad Khan. Thank you. The Four Seasons Hotel, coming to Jacksonville. They're putting it on the map for luxury. The Riverfront Plaza redevelopment turned the old landing site into a world-class public space in construction right now. The Base Center Innovation Corridor, they're adding infrastructure, they're adding technology to connect downtown. And then we're talking about the massive residential and commercial developments that are happening across St. Johns, Northside, and Clay County. We're talking about growth, guys. We're talking about billions in private and public equity and capital funneling into Jacksonville. And we haven't even gotten into the tech hubs, the medical research expansions, and the education infrastructure that's happening. Bottom line is investors aren't ignoring Jacksonville at all. If you think that, you're in 2013. Jacksonville is playing big. We're getting bigger. And that's where the growth is happening all over. All right, listen, so if you haven't been out to Nassau County in the past 2 or 3 years, you might still think it's that sleepy farmland with nothing but pine trees. But that image is dead. Listen, Nassau is in the middle of a full-blown transformation. Communities like Wildlight, River Bend, and Amelia Walk are rewriting the narrative. Like, Wildlight is a 24,000-acre master plan community. Like, it's a city in itself, and it's making way for homes, schools, businesses, and even has a YMCA baked into the community. We've got Dreamfinders, we've got Dotsy, we've got Pulsey, we've got Riverside Homes. All are dropping inventory left and right in this area. And guess what? The average home price here used to hover in around $250,000. Now we're talking about mid to high 400s, and it's climbing, but the infrastructure is catching up too. There's a new Publix out there. They've upgraded A1A corridors, and more commercial space is on the way. So this is a place that people used to sleep on. If you're still sleeping on it, you might need to wake up, because the pricing out there is going up because they're doing so much building in this area. And when I tell you it's not what it used to be, it's absolutely changed in 2025. Jobs are not just for the military. So military is deeply rooted right here in the Jacksonville area. Of course, we have Mayport, we have NAS Jacks, and military families make up a large portion of our city. But Jacksonville, we're way more than just that. Let's go to the numbers real quick, right? So Jacksonville is number 2 in financial service hub in Florida. We're only behind Tampa. I don't like to say that on camera. You've got Fidelity, you have Black Knight, you have FIS Global. It's a Fortune 500 company that's headquartered right here in Jacksonville. If you add in ViStar, if you add in Deutsche Bank and the booming fintech scene in downtown Jacksonville, that's not just a base, that's a business ecosystem, right? And we're looking at healthcare. It's massive. Baptist Health, UF Health, Mayo Clinic, HCA, Ascension, like all these buildings out here are hiring, they're expanding, they're training. If we get to logistics, we're gonna look at JaxPort is now one of the top vehicles handling import in the nation. And we've got Amazon, we've gotten Wayfair, we've gotten Home Depot, we've gotten, I mean, this is just crazy. If we just ride through I-295 and I-95, you're gonna find so many new businesses. It's insane. So yeah, thank you for your service, but this city's economy has diversified and it's only picking up steam. Now, I've talked about this before, but let's clear it up once and for all. Duval County school system had a rough rep, but in 2025, that old narrative doesn't really hold. So Duval just earned an A rating for the first time ever. A major shift in leadership, the instruction, and the student results. Schools like Stanton, Darnell, Cookman, Paxson are now ranked in the top 25 high schools nationwide. And we're talking about by U.S. News and World Reports. Yes, nationwide. Here's what changed. 65% of schools are now up to an A or B. That's up from 46%. Now, 99% of schools, A, B, or C schools. No F-rated schools remain in this district. Graduation rates have jumped to 95%, up from 86%. Even schools like Annie Morgan, which was an F school last year, has actually jumped up to a C school. Now, this is some progress that's actually happening in this area. Duval just isn't improving, it's innovating. And there's like 20 plus magnet schools. And we're talking about early college options, we're talking IB tracks, we're talking about career-focused academics, health, engineering, and tech. Every school isn't perfect. I'm gonna help you out with that. Of course they're not. But I can say that blanket statement that Jacksonville has bad schools is now completely outdated. Why? Because we've made some major shifts. But I tell everyone, if you have a child, before you're choosing a home, always do your research in Jacksonville, Florida. There are places in Jacksonville where you will have a A and a D rated school in the same area, right? The same development may have two different schools. So please do your research. And for one, I'm kind of happy seeing all the changes that we're seeing in this district, because that's one of the things that we hear the most. I would like great schools. So this is definitely changed in 2025, making us better for those families that are moving here. No culture, well, you must be hanging in the wrong zip codes. Reason being, because Jacksonville arts and culture scene is alive, it's thriving. We have the Mocha Museum, we have the Cummer Museum, like the one right behind me. We have the Ritz Theater, we have the Jacksonville Symphony and Orchestra, and some of the best murals in the Southeast. Thank you to the Art Republic and the Cultural Council. Now, events like Art Walk, Jazz Fest, Spring in the Blues, Porch Fest, they draw thousands of people into downtown, getting completely lit up, right? It's installations, it's street art, it's a little bit of everything for everybody. Now, even the Emerald Trail Project is weaving through some of these communities, bringing them together, and they're walkable with a lot of art spaces, and a lot of local artists are here in this community. It's fire, right? We have people blowing glass in San Marco, to poetry slams over in Springfield, to full-on warehouse galleries nights in Riverside. Jax isn't sleeping. We're waking up to a cultural, and that art scene here is getting really loud. All right, let's be real. For years, Cove Springs was not a hot spot, right? People only went out there to fish and hit Spring Park, and then they would completely dip out. Folks used to say it's too far, or it ain't nothing out there for me. Now that's a whole different story. Cove Springs has become kind of like a hotbed for new construction, right? We're talking about builders like Lennar, Dreamfinders, KB Homes. I mean, if you think of a builder, they're out there building right now. And they're building communities with amenities, with clubhouses, pools, and of course, lakeside views. Pricing, you can still get a home down there with 2,300 square feet. You'll get a lakeside view. And if you try to do the same thing in St. Johns County, people would possibly laugh at you. Plus, the First Coast Expressway is expanding, and you're looking at faster access to I-10, I-95, and even JIA. Now, that too far thing, that's kind of old news. Cove Springs is now like the premium, most in-demand place in Clay County. Once upon a time, Jacksonville wasn't even in the conversation when people were talking about the fastest growing cities. But in 2025, according to the Census Bureau, the Jacksonville metro area has added 200,000 residents since 2018. And we're in the top 10 for cities for net migration ever since the pandemic. People are moving here for a couple of reasons. One, the lower costs, the no income taxes, and you guessed it, the new construction opportunities. St. Johns County, still one of the fastest growing counties in Florida. So yeah, slow growth, it ain't it anymore. Jacksonville is expanding in every direction. And we're talking about towards the beaches, to Nassau, to Oakleaf, to Palm Coast. And we're building roads, neighborhoods, schools, groceries. Listen, if you're looking for anything that's being built, it's here. And it's not just the start. This is going to continue to go on. All right, so this one's personal, right? For decades, people slept on Jacksonville. If they were moving to Florida, it was always about Orlando and the theme parks, Tampa for their culture, and Miami for the flash. But now Jacksonville is officially on the map. We're one of the top relocation destinations in Florida for out-of-state buyers, and especially coming from New York, Chicago, California, and Virginia. Why? Lower home prices, bigger lots and newer homes, better schools in some areas, and way less congestion. Now, we have the NFL. Go Jags, go Jags. We have the international shipping ports. We have top tier healthcare right here in the city, some of the best cancer and children's hospital you'll find. We have exploding tech and logistical job markets right here, and the new developments are popping up everywhere. People are actually starting to realize that Jacksonville offers what everyone else offers, but without the price tag and without the traffic. And when folks move here, they stay here. They don't go to places like Tampa, figure out they're priced out, they can't buy a home, they have to come up here, or go to Orlando and realize nobody wants to see all those kids and tourists all the time, or Miami, and you got beaches, got parties, but that's not your lifestyle. You're still gonna have to pay for it. Jacksonville is where people are starting to recognize it's the place to move in Florida. Now, this one used to be true, and for some people, it was a good thing. Like, you bumped into your high school friends at the grocery store, you ran into your cousin at the gas station, and the city just felt kind of familiar. But now, Jax has evolved into a true metropolitan city. We're talking about global recognition. With all the growth that's happening in Jacksonville's skyline, it's completely different, being reshaped. Now, the downtown area, core is developing. Right? So we're talking about the South Bank is getting that glow up that everybody talks about. I hate that word glow up, but that's what's happening. We're even on the west side. We're seeing large scale projects that weren't even on the radar 5 years ago. So when people talk about growth, that's what's happening. We still have that southern charm that people say is in Jacksonville, but truthfully, Florida is a whole different animal. But we're not just a big, small town anymore. Jacksonville is stepping into the big city era, right? Where we're actually getting some of those major amenities that you'll see in larger towns that weren't here before. I'm so excited about it. But in the comments, I know people are gonna be like, oh, I wish people just don't move here. You're crazy. We're supposed to grow. It's called the city. It's called change. Deal with it, because Jacksonville is getting a whole bunch of it. All right, so in St. Augustine, people love it here. The tourists do, right? You have the cobblestone streets, you have Costa San Marco, I can't roll my tongue, you have the ghost rides, you have the trail rides. Like, it's a beautiful place, and locals are actually investing in St. Augustine. St. Johns County, where St. Augustine actually sits, is home of some of the highest rated public schools in the entire state. Families are relocating just for those schools, like Bartram Trail, like Creekside, like, was it Nice and Ponte Vedra High School. But these homes out here, absolutely gorgeous. And we've got gated communities like Beach Walk, Madeira, and of course, Shearwater. Plus, we have those resort-style neighborhoods that everyone's looking for. Silverleaf, Beacon Lake, all these communities were in 10 to 20 minutes of historic downtown. People used to just come and relax for the weekend. But now they are buying second homes and retiring fully down here in St. Augustine. The lifestyle, the schools, the beauty, it's way more than just a tourist trap, right? People are investing in this area and they want these homes. Why? Because they're falling into a beautiful area with a gorgeous lifestyle. All right, so cheap homes being everywhere. I miss those days. Back in 2017, when you can grab a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom home in Duval or Clay County for $215,000 to $250,000. Fast forward to 2025, that same square footage, same builder, same finishes. Now we're looking at somewhere around $340,000 to $350,000, depending on the area, depending on the upgrades. The townhouses that used to start in the low 200s are now pushing $300,000 in many of these areas. Don't get me started with the Preserve or the Lake Views, premium after premium after premium. But here's the twist. While prices are up, incentives are back. Let me help you out real quick. Builders are offering closing cost rate buy downs, and just to kind of offset that sticker shock that you're getting when you're looking at these properties. You just got to know where to look, and that's what we kind of do best. So yeah, affordability isn't what it once used to be, but the value is still there if you know the game. Hello. Hold on 1 minute. So let's wrap this thing up, right? Jacksonville isn't what it used to be, and that's a good thing. The story people told you about downtown being dead, the schools being bad, there's no new neighborhoods, it's completely outdated. This city has grown and evolved, and it's showing up differently in 2025. So whether you're looking for like waterfront townhouses, got that, quiet suburbs, booming school district, or a second home on a golf course in a community, we've got options. So like I said in every video, first of all, right here, 1, 2, check those videos out if you're really looking for something hot in Jacksonville. You want to know about it, where to eat, where to live, where to play? They're here, right up here. Secondly, like I say in every video, give us a call and put the phone number somewhere in here. Give us a call, shoot us a text, shoot us an email with the guys that pick up the phone, answers the text, answers the emails. We would love to serve you. But until next time, be great and choose excellence in everything you do.